We are in Marietta, Georgia, about to check out some new construction. But before we get into it, my name is Warrell Thomas, your trusted real estate advisor servicing the metro Atlanta area. Now, as part of my new construction tour, I wanted to make sure I checked out this neighborhood. One, mainly because of its great location, and really, this is the lowest priced new construction house or community that you can find right now. So I'm going to pan around to the community so you can get a feel of what it looks like. A lot of the houses are pretty much the same size. The one that we're going to look at today is just over 2,700 square feet. It got 4 bedrooms, 3.5 bathrooms. And I'm going to pan here to the left as well. You can see that to save space, the mailboxes are all together. But really like this house. I like the finishes. I like the feel of the neighborhood. You got pool in the neighborhood. No tennis courts or anything like that, but you do have a little clubhouse as well. So we're going to go inside, check it out, and see what this house has to offer. Already walking up, I definitely love the presence. With the amount of brick that's on the outside, that's one thing that you see missing from a lot of new construction. They're just skimping on the brick. I like the color scheme as well, as you can see on the garage, how it contrasts from the brick on the house. And then this little archway too. So it does give it a little bit of character, but we'll finish up the tour inside and see what it has to offer. And now we are inside. Keep in mind that this is the model house, but it's not staged. So you're gonna see some furniture in here, but it's more so for the sales team and then not necessarily the type of furniture that you would put when living here. But nonetheless, you get a good idea of what the space is like. So this is your first walk-in area, and it is pretty welcoming. I'm gonna pan around to the front door here as well. And the first thing you recognize is that all the ceilings are pretty tall, which is a great feature. You get paneling all around. Also like the detail here on the steps, having the metal spindles and having this open. So even though this is not the biggest house, again, this is just over 2,500 square feet, but for the price, they are giving you the details that you would be expecting at this 670,000 plus price point. So you get the paneling on the wall, you get the very tall ceilings, you're gonna get the molding going across as well, and you're gonna get some wide planks, either laminate or engineered hardwood floors. A lot of times it's hard for me to tell, but these are higher quality floors. I like the light colors. It works well with the square footage in here. So it's not that much. This is a 4-bedroom, just as a reminder. So it's nothing crazy, but with having the light colored floors, of course, with the light colored walls, it definitely opens up the space, and then having the high ceilings and large windows. I mean, even the door. So having this pretty tall door with all this glass in it, letting in a lot of sunlight, it definitely opens up the space quite a bit. So I really like the finishing touches that they put on here. And the paneling continues throughout. So this is just your coat closet. It's pretty deep. And then this would be your dining room. So if it were me, I know they got this table coming across this way, and it looks like the area is made for a table coming across this way because the chandelier or the light is pretty much right over it. But honestly, I'd have a table going across this way and then push it back a little bit. So that way you have a more flowing space coming through, but that wouldn't be nothing too crazy to change right there. So they give you a wall right here with paneling on it. Again, giving it more of a luxury feel. I'll say at this price point for the square footage, it's definitely needed. And again, with over here, you're really paying for location. You're in Marietta, right by the square, or really about a mile away from the square, which will give you pretty much everything that you need. This is the pantry. You do have a light. So there's a walk-in pantry. More space than you would need. Very nice touch. And then we walk into the kitchen. So you get your oven and microwave combo, and it's built in. Very nice. You do have the open concept in here. Huge island. Everybody wants a huge island. Could fit about 3 or 4 chairs under there. And it's just an alternate space to be able to eat from the dining room over there. So remember when we used to have like the little sunroom next to the kitchen and then have like a smaller table in there? These islands are pretty much making up for that. And again, I just have to get a closer look at the floors. These wide planks makes it feel pretty grand in here. I love it. I do love it. So that's where your refrigerator would go. Again, it's new construction, so 9 times out of 10, you're not gonna get a refrigerator. Though, I just sold a new construction to a client who got the refrigerator, washer, and dryer all included. So some people are still doing it. Check out this built-in stove. It's gas. Now that I have gas in my house, I would never go back to electric. The gas is the way to go. It just cooks a little bit better. In my eyes, it gets hotter. You could control the temperature a little bit better. But that's just my preference. Let me know in the comments what you prefer. So another feature I like, since we do have the tall ceilings in here, you do get these cabinets up here. Now, I don't know if they're functional or not. I don't know if they're functional or not, but it's a very nice look. It does complete the look. Instead of it just stopping right there and then you just having an empty space. Again, I like that they put the molding all throughout here. And we'll take a look back at the living room. So having this table or this high stool, and these table and stools here does not do this living room justice. It's not the biggest living room in the world, but you can definitely make it work. The right couch, right center table, and then have your TV on the wall. It is definitely enough space to entertain for you. You do get some built-in shelves. Again, for the price point, I'm glad that they included these features, because if they didn't have them, you'll feel a little bit cheated. So this is normally a wide open space. Actually, in my house right now, we do have just a wide open space on both sides of our fireplace. And we have a decent sized living room. It's open, it's an open concept. But definitely not a lot of these features in here. So I'm actually building out cabinets myself, because you'd be shocked to believe that they charge about $4,000 to be able to put, between $4,000 and $5,000 to put these cabinets in on each side. So I decided to do it myself, and I'm spending about $1,200 to $1,500. Saved me a lot of money there. So saving the money makes me happy. Getting the cabinets in make my wife happy. So we're continuing. It's the backyard right there. Again, tall doors, a lot of glass in them, pretty long windows, letting in a lot of light, which does pretty well for the space. Just gonna pan around. I'm trying to get a little bit better in my videos at just giving you enough time to see each space. So you have those windows up top there to let in some light. And then some more details up here on the ceilings. This is giving the room some dimension. Again, without these, it'll feel pretty plain. So this floor plan does have the primary bedroom on the main floor. And you can't really complain about the size of this primary bedroom. It's definitely good, again, given that the house is 2,500 square feet. And all the bedrooms are a really good size too, so we'll see when we get upstairs. So again, very tall ceiling. You got the recessed parts of the ceiling in here too. The molding, crown molding continues. No carpet in here. Continue with the wood floors. Again, carrying over the large windows where you can see into the backyard. And as you can see, the yards aren't too big in here. But this backyard is nice and flat. And it's just enough space for what you would need. Now, if you have a bunch of kids running around, then it's probably not ideal for you. But if you have a couple of kids, especially if they're like young kids, it's a great backyard. Nice, flat, just enough space for you to keep an eye on them, and then you can have it fenced in too. So let's walk into the primary bathroom. So again, with the light colors, you got the tile matching the tile in the large walk-in shower. No tub in here, but a very large shower. Of course, you got the double vanities, and they're pretty wide from each other. It's pretty good. And again, tall ceilings throughout. It goes a long way in the bathroom. It's not the biggest bathroom for a primary bath, but with the tall ceilings, light colors, it definitely works. And the primary closet. Ladies, you know what time it is. Get in the comments and let me know if this works for you. If this is enough space, let me get in here. I could already tell you this wouldn't work for my wife, because this part of the closet, this closet alone is all she would need for her clothes. Then I would need to figure out where I need to go. And I got a good bit of stuff too, you know, for work. I have to wear dress clothes every day. I got a good bit of shoes, so this would be a little tight. But honestly, you can get away with a good closet organization systems if you do some built-ins in here. I think you could organize it pretty well, but it would be nice if it was just a little bit more space. So this is the primary suite. I'll just give you another view of the bedroom. All right, so let's take it upstairs. Well, before we take it upstairs, get you one more look at the kitchen. And we'll just kind of take a look at the laundry area. So, of course, you're going to have a half bathroom for the guest. And it's over here on the left. Yeah, nothing too special. It's just a powder room. But good to have so that the guests aren't using your primary bathroom if they're downstairs. You got your standard 2-car garage. No, this is pretty standard, having a water heater in there. All right. So your washing machine is down here too, or your washer room. You get a couple of cabinets to put your stuff in. Pretty nice touch to be able to hide your things. Now let's take it upstairs. Forgot to mention, on this island, it is a different color. So you have the contrasting dark brown wood against the white cabinets over here. So that's also pretty common. And you do have your sink in your island, as well as your dishwasher. All right, let's take it upstairs. I do want to remind you that, so there's only a couple of options left. Both are the same exact floor plan in this neighborhood. So it's this one and one other. And after that, they're pretty much done with. So if you are interested, then you might want to move pretty quickly. The only incentive they really are giving is $5,000 towards closing costs. But if you work with me, you know, we could finagle some things, negotiate some things, and get you a pretty good deal. So I wanted to note out with these steps, I don't know if it shows up on camera, but they're pretty wide. So again, going along with this theme of this house with making a lot of the space, even though it's not a whole lot of space, but having these wide steps really makes the entrance feel a little bit more grand. It makes the house feel a lot bigger, just being able to have these steps a little bit wider. And then you see it with the tall ceilings there. So I give them an A+ for usability in regards to space. I should say resourcefulness. So you have 3 bedrooms up here. The first thing you'll realize is when you walk up, again, pretty wide open. So you do get a loft. You do get some outlets on the floor here. This would be a great place to have another living room. So one thing about these houses that have the primary bedroom on the main floor, of course, it takes up a lot of living room space downstairs. One thing I notice with a lot of new builders, in an attempt to be resourceful with the space that they have, they'll put a loft upstairs so that you can have a second entertainment space pretty much. So I'm a huge fan of that, and I like the way how they did this here. Again, lets in a lot of light. I love the fact that it's not carpeted up here, even though the bedrooms are, but it is not carpeted as far as out here in the main walkways. Huge loft. All right, so we go to bedroom number 1 up here. All the bedrooms are a really good size. I almost want to say this is almost the size of the primary bedroom downstairs. Of course, you don't get the closet size of the primary bedroom, but it is very big in here. And then you got a decent sized closet too. Can make it do what it do. You do get a Jack and Jill bathroom. And I'm glad that they put double vanities in here. In the previous new construction that I posted on my page, they have a Jack and Jill, but just one sink. Somebody pointed that out, and I realized that just didn't make sense, especially when you have ample space for it. So this bathroom up here, the tile matches the bathroom downstairs. I guess that's not a bad thing, but sometimes you would want the uniqueness of the primary bedroom for it to stand out a little bit more. But the fact that it's on the main level, I guess that stands out enough. So here's bedroom number 2. Again, another really decent sized bedroom. And you get a lot of windows, which means a lot of light coming in. And ceilings are pretty tall up here. Again, you get a light color carpet. This is what your closet's looking like. And I'll give you one last look at this bedroom. All right, and finally, bedroom number 3. It gives you bonus bedroom vibes. The thing I like about this bedroom, it has its own bathroom in it. Here's the closet. Here's the bedroom. All right, and this is huge. Again, in my eyes, I think this is bigger than the primary bedroom itself. I mean, if I stand back here, you can get a good feel for the size. Obviously, it doesn't have a lot of the features, like the more luxury feeling features of the primary bedroom. So you got carpet, no recessed ceiling, no crown molding, no fan, but you still get the size. And I love the fact that there's a bathroom up here, and here's why. So me personally, I know a lot of people do like having the primary bedroom on the main, but me personally, I'm not the biggest fan of it, especially, I have a little boy on the way comes December. So my wife and I well, my wife is expecting. I didn't really have to, do much. She's doing the carrying. I just had to, you know. But anyway, so yeah, we are expecting. And just to think, when our child becomes 1, 2 years old and we're trying to get them to sleep in their own room, us being on the primary and having that child all the way upstairs, if he starts crying or if he wants to be near us, that's a long way down. What I've noticed in a lot of modern floor plans that have the primary on the main floor is that they'd have a bathroom in one of the bedrooms upstairs, which goes a long way for me. This is what would make me consider a house like this with a small child, because we can choose to sleep up here if we wanted to without feeling too compromised, even though we have our primary bedroom downstairs. It's a very comfortable place to pretty much be. If you need to sleep here, hang out here, all of that. Now, if we had like 4 kids, that would be an issue. Or 3 kids, that'll be an issue, because obviously this would need to be one of their rooms. Well, really depending on age, because those other rooms are big enough to have a couple beds or a bunk bed in it. But this will allow us to choose if we want to be upstairs or downstairs. So here's the bathroom. Again, it matches the other bathrooms with the tile and, cabinetry and all that stuff. So that wraps up the tour for the most part. Last thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna show you the backyard, the space that you get. One really cool thing, obviously you're gonna have to make up for it in the HOA, but you don't really have to pay for your lawn service, even though you pay for your lawn service. But you don't have to mow the grass yourself. It's covered in the HOA, which is pretty cool because, everybody's house is going to be well manicured, and they seem to do pretty good. Actually, the lawn people are out now. Not at this house, but they're out at the neighborhood. So that's one thing you won't have to worry about. Let's check out the backyard. I really like that it's covered right here. And most of the houses that I've seen in this neighborhood does have a covered patio, and it has the fan. So very cool private place to hang out. Again, it's pretty flat, very flat. Nice place for the kids to hang out. Now, my only gripe is that you can't have privacy fences in here. You do have to have these. They're not really wrought iron fence, but they give you that vibe where you can see through them. But it also allows the landscapers and the people who cut the grass to come back here and do what they need to do pretty easily. So that's about how far away you are from the neighbors. And that's the back of the house. So let me know what you think in the comments. Again, beautiful home. To sum it up, beautiful home. They did very well with the space. Of course, it's a little bit pricey for what you're getting, but you're paying for location, especially since Marietta's always been on fire, but this west side of Marietta is really picking up, especially the closer to the square that you get. And the Marietta Square is just the historic downtown of Marietta. Of course, you'll find the courthouse and everything there, but there's plenty of places to eat. There's always activities going on. I don't spend a crazy amount of time out there, but I do spend time out there. There's a few places that I like to eat. My favorite Chinese restaurant is a few minutes away from here, right outside the square, which is Wei Chinese. If you're ever in the area, check them out, WEI Chinese food. And I'm not even the biggest fan of Chinese food. I've had my run-ins with some bad spots, but they're really good. But again, great location. You're not right by the highway, but you have good access to main roads that'll take you by the highway. And I just really love what this house have to offer. I love what the area have to offer. So if you're interested or know anybody that's interested, that's looking for a house that's just under $700,000, between the $670,000 and $700,000 range, let me know. I can help them out, and I can help you out and make your next move your best move.